Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. Happy Wednesday to all of you, and a quick shout out to my newest patron, Gerard G. Thank you very much for the support. First up today, ARK Invest shared this chart. China passenger auto sales were up 4.4% to 20.1 million units in 2021. Having a look at the data, the green is the battery electric portion of these sales, actually up 145% year over year, while the gas-powered vehicle sales were down 4% year over year. So hopefully we can see this trend continue and actually accelerate as we head into 2022. Pierre Ferragu from New Street Research released a new note this morning on Tesla, calling 2022 the perfect storm. They reiterated their buy rating and have a price target of $1,580. If you're new, these price targets are for the next 12 months. He noted that he expects Elon's company to break the 30% gross margin handle this year. He did also mention the production run rate that should be higher than what most analysts are expecting, but we've already covered this, so go ahead and pause the screen if you'd like to read it. A subscriber mentioned this in a comment yesterday, so just wanted to share it for the rest of you. VW, yes, Volkswagen has been supporting and working with NABU, one of the main organizations behind these delays at Giga Berlin, for some time. I believe the first partnership was back in 2008. Now, the stated mission of this alliance or partnership is the renaturation, which is great. I'm not against that. However, this is around $515,000 that Volkswagen has basically given to the NABU organization for their efforts. Now, are they doing something else with that money? I don't know, but figured it was worth sharing. New product on the Tesla shop, Model 3 Aero wheel cover for $25. This is a new style. We're going to have two, the refresh Model 3 and the pre-refresh Model 3. Shouldn't be any changes to range, just a different styling option. Linked below if you are interested. With regard to the solar tax in California, I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. Rob did a great job covering it last night on Tesla Daily. However, just wanted to do my part in putting the link in the description below. If you somehow missed it, go ahead and check it out. And just one possible solution in case somehow this tax actually makes it through into law, well, Tesla has this blog post about going off-grid. Now, sure, there are some regulatory hurdles depending on what state you live in. However, there is this story of a lady who basically claimed that there were some health concerns, and so she was essentially able to disconnect from the grid. In this instance, it could be possible to avoid that tax altogether and just keep the solar energy for your home instead of going the net energy metering route and providing it back to the grid. Yes, this will be linked below. Interesting chart from Alex here. Annual global sales of Volkswagen compared to Tesla. The gap in vehicles sold between the companies grew by 84% from 366,000 to over 672,000 battery electric vehicles for 2021. The media claimed not long ago that Volkswagen will overtake Tesla in 2021, with Tesla in the yellow. That clearly did not happen, and the disparity gap is only growing. This tweet from Carl on CNBC had me laughing. Morgan Stanley, think of the EV race as a marathon. Tesla is in the lead at mile number 21. Everybody else is at mile 2 or still tying their shoes. How is that positive for everyone else? This from Adam Jonas. He reiterated his overweight rating, ups the price target to $1,300 from $1,200 previously. It was funny, at the end of Rob's episode last night, he talked about the GM credit card, and then today I saw this tweet from Tesla owners of Maryland. Hey Elon, what about a Tesla credit card where the user could earn Tesla supercharger points toward charging? I thought this was such a great idea because we know that Tesla has huge brand authority. There's a lot of products that Tesla customers could buy. If they could use it for non-Tesla products and maybe earn a lower rate toward supercharging or Tesla shop points, that could be a really awesome idea. Not sure if they'll go through with it, but I really like this. With this one, I'm not sure why, but I was really encouraged to hear what this group of Tesla fans in Russia is doing. So they're basically banding together, asking Elon to open an official Tesla shop, office, service center in the area. Right now, there are no superchargers in Russia and there is no service center. So if one of these Tesla owners needs a new part or a repair, they have to order it and wait weeks or months for that to come in. But this group has come together and they try to help each other, being a Tesla owner in an area where there's essentially no help. But listen to this letter that this group wrote. Mr. Musk, this is our message to you on behalf of the whole Russian Tesla owners community. This is just a small part of the huge Tesla fandom in Russia. All of us are true fans who worked hard to bring our cars to Russia from other countries. We are happy to drive our Teslas every day despite having no superchargers, no Tesla service or dealerships. We order spare parts for our cars and wait for months. We share tips and knowledge to overcome issues while having no access to certified experts. But we still love our Teslas. For us, there's no turning back to gas cars. Elon, we are so much looking forward to an official Tesla presence in our country. We will do our best to give you the warmest welcome ever. We need you so much. And then this image was shared. Now, admittedly, I don't know enough about Russia to understand all of the implications of what Tesla opening a service center or a shop would mean. However, it is a highly populated area, clearly with a fan base that would definitely grow with some sort of infrastructure or support. Just thought it was worth sharing. If you wanted the breakdown of Model 3 and Y deliveries out of Giga Shanghai, here you have it. 283,999 Model 3, 200,131 Model Ys. Quick update on the prediction tracker. So we had one from Wheelie Man on Twitter, was made January 3rd. The target date has since come and gone. It was January 7th. The prediction was a huge announcement from Elon regarding Giga Texas. I have not seen anything. Please let me know below if I missed something. And here we have the actual source from Real Wheelie Man and the date below. Once again, none of these are meant to put down anybody or any of that. We're all going to make predictions that turn out to be wrong. It's just that happened to be the first one where the target date came and went, and nothing really came to fruition that I'm aware of. Global equities research analyst Trip Chowdhury, who has been very bullish as of late, is now putting his money where his mouth is, raising his Tesla price target to $1,500 from $1,200 previously. Here we have it from John Redinger. I have a hard time understanding the hardcore Tesla fans rooting for other EVs to fail. Tesla's mission statement is literally to speed up the development of sustainable transportation. We should all be rooting for these companies, not tearing them down. Can't we all get along? Most of you know I agree with this statement, but there are 2 points I really want to make. First, I think a lot of the people that are rooting for other EVs to fail are Tesla stock investors that think any success for anyone else making EVs is only going to take away from Tesla's stock price appreciation. I need to remind everyone this is fundamentally false because this is such a huge pie, the entire auto market, that if it's all going to transition to EVs over the next 10 years like we all think, there just has to be more production coming from non-Tesla companies. Around 80 to 90 million vehicles are sold every year. Tesla can't produce that many vehicles. And I'm taking the time to talk about this because I think it comes from a scarcity mindset. I see it in the crypto space all the time, and it just doesn't have to be the way forward. We can all work together. There can be multiple winners in this space, and it's a much less stressful existence wondering who's going to be the next EV that actually has some level of success. Well, as a Tesla fan and a Tesla stock investor, you don't have to live your life that way. It's going to be all right. But the second point I want to make is actually in defense of these Tesla fans, just saying sometimes it can be hard to root for other EV companies that make these huge promises or make these big claims when they haven't really proven anything yet. Or maybe they try to steal Tesla's talent, or they, take a shot at Elon. Whatever the case may be, there are certain things that have been done and said that make it hard for a Tesla fan to support somebody else. So I think if these companies would be more humble and walk in humility, it would be much easier to root for them if they would just put their heads down and focus and execute. Then, even myself, I'd be more apt to root for some of these companies. But I just wanted to remind everybody that there is plenty of room for more than just Tesla to succeed in a huge way over the next few decades. And let us not forget what Tesla's mission really is. Awesome tweet right here from Earl of Frunk Puppy. Just a reminder that the media spent all of 2021 telling us what a failure Tesla is in China. Have a look for yourself at all of these headlines that would make you think, wow, Tesla is in big trouble. Maybe I should sell my stock. Maybe Tesla isn't going to make it after all. Tobias Lind gives us a good update on Giga Berlin. Economy Minister Jörg Steinbach said again in today's committee that the court case about the water supply in Eggersdorf does not affect the permit for Tesla. The water supply contract for the first phase of Giga Berlin is also not affected by the court's decision, so good to have this confirmed, as this is what we thought was the case from yesterday's episode. Here we have the California DMV essentially revisiting its decision to classify or not classify Tesla as an autonomous vehicle. The short story here is if they reclassify Tesla as an autonomous vehicle, then they will have to start reporting a lot more data, including crashes and such, to the California DMV, as currently they are not listed as an autonomous vehicle like some of the others, Waymo, Zoox, etc. Here you go. If the DMV requires Tesla to conform to DMV autonomous testing safety regulations, the company would have to report crashes and system failures, giving the public hard data needed to evaluate how safe or how dangerous the technology is. It would also stiffen test driver requirements. As mentioned previously, the DMV concluded that FSD is not an automated vehicle because a human driver must monitor to intervene. This is clearly still the case, so if they stick to their guns, maybe nothing changes here. Either way, the DMV offered no details on what its revisit would entail or how long it will take to reach a conclusion. It's now official. Tesla Road near Giga Austin is actually a road. The prior miscommunication has been cleared up. The Travis County Commissioners Court unanimously passed item 21 on their agenda Tuesday, allowing for the change of Harold Green Road near Tesla's Gigafactory to Tesla Road. In a classy move, commissioners clarified Tuesday they will be working with Tesla to build a new Harold Green Road north of the Tesla factory to make sure that name is preserved. And for some dinner party talk, it was reportedly named Harold Green Road after a local dairy farmer, rancher, home builder, and tennis enthusiast who died in 1992. Speaking of Giga Texas, our guy Brian from My Tesla Weekend has been kind enough to provide some short, informationally jam-packed videos to integrate into electrified videos in the coming weeks and months every now and then, so here is the first iteration of that.
A question I see a lot is, why is Texas starting with the Model Y instead of the Cybertruck or the Semi? And the answer comes down to batteries. Model Y has a 75 kilowatt hour battery, and if you look at the Cybertruck, it's more like 200, or the Semi, which is between 600 and 1,000. We'll round it to 800. So what does that mean? That means that instead of getting 10,000 Cybertrucks, you could get 26,000 plus Model Ys. Instead of 10,000 Semis, you could get 106,000 plus Model Ys. So what does that mean in terms of profit? Let's look at that real quick. At $12,000 profit each, for those same battery production, you could get $320 million in profit on your Model Y sales, versus even if you could get to 25% margin on the Cybertruck, which early on will be difficult, 10,000 vehicles, that's only $187 million. You lost $132 million over the year. And the semi-truck at 15% profit, you're only looking at $22,000 a unit. You could only sell 6,667 of them, $150 million in profit, an opportunity cost of $170 million. So batteries. That's why Giga Texas is starting with the Model Y.
Go show Brian some love. His links are in the description below. Check out this story. The Montpelier metropolis is renouncing hydrogen buses. About 2 years ago, this organization embarked on a project of around 50 hydrogen buses, which would be deployed in 23 and then in 25, supplied by a station for production of hydrogen by electrolysis. Since then, though, the team in power has changed, as has the transport strategy. The community has just formalized the abandonment of the purchase of hydrogen buses in favor of electric buses. I bring it up to remind everybody what Elon had to say about hydrogen vehicles.
I don't want to turn this into a debate on hydrogen fuel cells, because I just think that they're extremely silly. And the people have published, there's multiple sort of rebuttals of it online. It's just very difficult to make hydrogen and store it and use it in a car. Hydrogen is an energy storage mechanism. It's not a source of energy. So you have to get that hydrogen from somewhere. If you get that hydrogen from water, so you're splitting H2O, the electrolysis is extremely inefficient as an energy process. If you say took a solar panel and use the energy from that solar panel to just charge a battery pack directly, compared to try to split water, take the hydrogen, dump the oxygen, compress the hydrogen to an extremely high pressure or liquefy it, and then put it in a car and run a fuel cell, it is about half the efficiency. It's terrible. So why would you do that? It makes no sense.
With this one, I'd like to get out ahead of the curve a little bit as Polestar meets global sales target of 29,000 cars in 2021, which represents year-over-year growth exceeding 185%. And Polestar is expected to go public in the first half of 2022 via a SPAC deal with Gores Guggenheim. Polestar went from 10 to 19 markets in 2021, and by the end of 2023, Polestar aims to be operating in at least 30 global markets. Polestar's retail footprint doubled in 2021 to 100 locations globally, and they're aiming to have 150 in operation by the end of 2022. There's that 50% growth rate. The Polestar 3 is the vehicle next up in the lineup. They're expected to release one new vehicle per year, a strategy I personally happen to like. And this 3 is going to be an SUV set to launch this year and will be the first Polestar built in the United States. Some quick background, Polestar was founded by Volvo Cars and Geely Holding back in 2017. Polestar cars are currently manufactured in 2 facilities in China, once again with additional future manufacturing planned in the USA. This right here is the Polestar 2, its mass market vehicle, starting at $45,900. For an additional $4,000, the long-range dual motor will get you about 250 EPA miles, and the long-range single motor gets up to 270 miles. Once again, this is a car that overall has received great reviews, and bringing the Polestar 3, that SUV, to the United States is a huge deal and definitely a vehicle I'm watching. Here you have it, GGPI, the SPAC that Polestar is expected to merge with sometime this year, currently trading at $11.74 from the all-time highs of about $15.33. That's gonna do it for today. Please take a second to like the video if you did. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters.